The trade desk stock is falling after hours. The stock is down about 30% on today's trading day. So with that being said, in this video, I'm going to be going over that earnings report, why the stock is falling so much, and whether or not we should be buying this stock on this fall. So with that being said, let's get right into this video and go over that earnings report. And if we take a look here, guys, this is the stock price over the past year without the stock dropping 20+% after hours. The stock is down 80% in the past year. And as we can see, like I said, during the day, the stock was down 7%. After hours, the stock is down 22% because of very disappointing earnings. But first, I want to go over why the stock is doing bad in the first place and what is the trade desk. So essentially what the trade desk is, guys, the trade desk is essentially a platform that they created for ad buyers. So any big companies out there, say Walmart, Netflix, whenever there's ads on, say, Netflix show, if you have the ad subscription and there's an ad, there is a very good likelihood that that is from Trade Desk, where they connect the advertiser to the ad buyers, where these big platforms can buy ads or put ads, where these advertisers can buy the ads. So that is essentially what this company does. So why is the stock doing so bad? The main reason I personally believe is one, AI. AI could easily just take over this business. That is one reason. Number two, revenue deceleration. While revenue deceleration, earnings growth really slowing up very fast at a very fast rate that nobody was really expecting, that is a reason. That is not the reason behind it. The reason behind that revenue deceleration and actually potentially starting to decrease is because of increased competition, guys. And if we take a look here, I just want to show you the competitors for the trade desk. We have Google Display, you have Amazon DSP, all of these companies, all these big tech companies have started to create their own. And with that being the case, especially Amazon DSP has been undercutting the trade desk and offering a cheaper basically cut. The trade desk takes anywhere of 20+% when that transaction is complete between the advertiser and the ad buyer. But with Amazon, they are charging a lot less. They're charging around 10 to 12%. So obviously, these advertisers like Netflix and Walmart want to transition over to that. And just showing you guys basically all the companies that utilize the trade desk here. You have National Geographic, Spotify, Walmart, Hulu, Roku TV, Roku. You have Peacock, Disney, Pandora, Netflix, CNN, Paramount Plus, ABC. All of these companies utilize the trade desk in order to get advertisers on those platforms. But another reason the stock is struggling is also because of just these companies are starting to diversify who they're utilizing. They're not just purely staying with the trade desk to basically rely on for their ads. Especially one is Walmart. Walmart used to have an agreement and basically contract with this company to use the trade desk, but they've ever since recently they've actually gone away from the trade desk and started to more diversify. That's what a lot of these companies are doing. So that is the main reason the stock is down so much. But let's talk about that earnings report. So first, let's take a look at what the CEO of the trade desk has to say. Just starting off this earnings release, this obviously isn't good. This quarter did not meet the standard we'd set for ourselves, but has reinforced our belief that we are focused on the right opportunities for the future. Marketers are navigating a complex environment, but complexity increases the value of decisioning, measurement, and AI. We have a clear understanding of the factors that impacted our performance. While there's work ahead, they are confident our actions will help marketers drive better business outcomes and support the shift of media budgets towards the open internet. That's obviously not a good thing to start off as the first paragraph here. And if we take a look at the revenue. First, the revenue came in at $715 million. They're expecting about $750 million in revenue. That's a pretty big miss on the revenue. Now, for the earnings per share, they were expecting earnings per share of 42 cents. They reported 34 cents. So they missed on both the revenue and the earnings per share. Already not off to a good start. As we can see, year over year growth for that revenue only 3%. The net income margins are decreasing over time. The net income is decreasing over time. So overall, this earnings is not going in the right direction, like the CEO has said. If we scroll down here though, they still say they have strong customer retention, remained over 95%. New innovations and partnership announcements with some other companies. That is good. As we can see also, its commerce media ecosystem is expanding and to include Booking.com, Marriott, Uber, and United Airlines, stuff like that. But the biggest thing I want to go over is if we scroll down here first, share repurchases, they're buying back a lot of shares. As we saw, the stock is down 80, potentially 90% now after this earnings. So they're really piling a lot into these buybacks. When they buy back these shares, now their stock continues to fall, they're losing a lot of money on that, especially as they pour a lot into that. But the biggest thing I see here for this company, guys, look at the financial guidance that they gave us. Revenue at least $650 million, adjusted EBITDA of approximately $160 million. Compare that to this report, $715 million, and last year, $694 million. They're expecting a pretty big decrease quarter over quarter, near a double-digit decrease in that revenue. Also, the adjusted EBITDA was $241 million, they reported. That's a decrease from year over year, and now they're expecting an even big decrease with this upcoming quarter. So that's something to keep in mind with this business. This guidance was really the nail in the coffin personally. Just looking at this at base level, that is really the nail in the coffin for this company. That guidance is pretty abysmal, and that's why the stock is absolutely tanking after hours. Now, one thing I do want to show you guys here is the market cap of this business. $8.3 billion market cap. It's going to be around $7 or $6 billion. This company, just think about this. This company was near $70 billion market cap, around that area, just a year ago. The valuation of this company is absolutely tanking. If we take a look at the PE ratio though, it's looking cheap, but now they're expecting deceleration all the way down to decreasing revenue. So that's not good. The free cash flow yield, it looks pretty decent. These valuation numbers look decent, but now since this company is actually expected to decrease in terms of most of their important metrics, that is the big problem here. The one thing I do see positive though, look at how much cash they have, guys. They have almost $1 billion in net cash. So that is one positive thing I do see out of the trade desk. And guys, if you want to go ahead and check out valuation investing, and guys, before I get into the rest of the video, if you want to go ahead, check out valuationinvesting.money. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment. It's only $9.99 per month. You get access to all this good stuff here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the financial charts. If we take a look at the financial charts for this company, revenue growth looks pretty solid, but we do definitely see deceleration. Guys, we are probably going to see potential decrease in revenue for this year. So we're seeing huge deceleration. For the net income, we're also starting to see deceleration. Profit margins are falling. One thing is, like I said, they are buying back shares. But overall, this company is doing pretty poorly in terms of this upcoming year and for the future, even though the 7-step stock analysis I have is 7 out of the 7 key metrics. Let's go ahead and use my intrinsic value calculator for this company, and let's get a fair value price for the trade desk. So guys, using my intrinsic value calculator with valuationinvesting.money, here are my assumptions going forward. I expect 6% growth this year. This could be a little bit aggressive, but I do expect them to at least slightly grow for this year. I actually expect 2027 to start to ramp up a little bit better, but then I expect once again deceleration. For the future profit margin, I'm expecting decrease in that. It could probably be in that 10% area. As competition continues to get worse and worse with all these big tech companies, it's kind of reminding me of PayPal, guys. When a company like this is facing these big tech companies getting into their space, it gets really difficult to continue to have pricing power. And then your competitive advantage continues to deteriorate. So it's hard for them to continue to have these decent profit margins and be efficient. They have to start to cut prices to keep these customers. And that I think is going to happen. And I think we could actually see 10% profit margin. Future P ratio, I'll do 16 shares outstanding. I think they're going to continue to buy back even faster for the future. When I press calculate the intrinsic values, guys, I get a negative return for this company. So unless you expect this company to really rebound for the future, then maybe you should buy it. But right now, I think the trade desk is looking pretty bad. And the reason I'm saying this is just it's very similar to PayPal, like I've said. This company is facing a lot of competition. There's worries over AI potentially taking over, maybe disrupting the business. But the main one here is big tech. Amazon DSP, that is really cutting the basically market share and the profit margins of this business. That is a very big red flag for this company. There's a lot of red flags with the decelerating growth, just a lot of bad things that's happening with this company. That's just my personal opinion. I would be staying away. But thank you guys. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below, and see ya.